have you talked to any of your contacts recently about how they felt about being designated, a terrorist organization? Have you got wind of any of that yet?
Yes. So for context, I have trained and have friends that are still active across the field, both in special operations in Mexico, also on the newly formed intelligence service with the federal police, and Guardia Nacional, and just state and local police officers across that border and all over Mexico. And that's where I get a lot of my information. I've also just talked to people. I travel to Mexico regularly. I'm actually on my way to a pretty big event down in Mexico. What I've heard, the rhetoric that I hear from everybody is, number one, that designation has threatened the government more than it has threatened any cartel members. That is who is in fear of this designation, right?
Why is that?
Well, because a lot of these people that are currently in power had and have a lot of money behind them and backing behind them of institutions, companies, money men, middlemen who are cartel affiliated and funded. So they're aware that any sort of funding and support of that nature is going to come back and bite them in the ass. So they're afraid of the past. They're also very much aware that you as a country have a walking encyclopedia of who is corrupt and who isn't in the form of El Mayo Zambada. The going rhetoric within government circles is that we've already seen the first covert military operation by the United States in Mexico. And that was the arrest of El Mayo Zambada.
Really?
That is kind of the narrative in some of these circles, that this has already happened, that there's already been an intervention in Mexico. And if it was, I'm not saying it was or wasn't, but if it was, it was a pretty strategic and pretty devastating one for the Sinaloa Cartel, which historically has been the one that supported the current administration the most. So it's a conundrum for them. They're trying to figure out what is actually going on. The Sinaloa Cartel is disintegrating. They're at war with each other right now, and a lot of those blows have been dealt by El Mayo Zambada's arrest and the division it created within the historical federation of cartels that conform this area. And if you want another example of why the Guardia Nacional on that border doesn't mean shit, they're all over Sinaloa right now, and there's murders everywhere. So it's meaningless to have all these guys in those trucks moving around. You have a weakened cartel, and also you have now an adoption of new methodologies. Yesterday, there was a bunch of chatter about this U.S. spy plane flying over the Gulf of California. People are dumping communications and changing ways of communicating. People are researching what the people interacted when the U.S. went over there to invade. So people are actively trying to figure out how to get around the U.S.'s ability to listen. So what I see is cartel forces and criminal groups, basically adapting and shifting their footprint. You don't see a lot of online posting anymore. Communications have shifted, and people are going underground and kind of in a wait and see pattern. And the whole notion of these large criminal organizations with these figureheads at the top I think it's going away. I mean, because some of these guys are basically going underground. But the drug is still flowing. There's still parts of Mexico where the government can't go. There's still parts of Mexico where the cartels are the ones that are in charge. And if people doubt that, then go to Michoacan. We just saw a coordinated drone attack.
I was going to ask.
A coordinated drone attack to a military convoy, and they hit a brigadier general in that convoy. People that are saying, and like, this is the narrative in Mexico. We're doing our jobs now. We're going after these criminal organizations. Don't worry about it, U.S. We got it. And then, we're still living through a basically active war zone in a lot of ways, in lots of parts of Mexico, and the violence is still happening. People are still disappearing. It's a mess.
Was there an explanation as to why that drone mission was even relevant for them? What was the purpose for them?
It's a weird one. It's odd. It's odd in many ways because there's little to no kind of information as far as why they would choose to upload videos and pictures of that attack. I have some pictures of the injured soldiers that I got from one of my contacts, and it is basically open warfare. I got whatever agreements that the government had with some of these criminal organizations, I think probably got shit canned after the U.S. started putting pressure on the government and touted that designation in front of them. I think they're scrambling to try and either suppress, kill, or bury whatever connections some of these government organizations had with them, and that leads to a military convoy with a brigadier general being bombarded with drones by some of these criminal organizations.
Yeah, that was wild, man. When I saw that, we've heard that the CJNG has a drone, I guess, platoon or battalion, whatever it's called, and they're getting very, very skilled in how they use those. I know they're using a lot of the information they see from the Ukraine-Russian kind of conflict, and so they're building their skill sets. And I was very curious to see what level are they currently at this moment until I saw that video yesterday as well. And I was like, wow, it's pretty interesting to see that they're publicizing that as well. Maybe it's a psyop, right? Maybe they're just trying to show the world their capabilities, maybe intimidation, but just knowing that they have that capability is an interesting one to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get into elite shape, or perhaps just make improvements to your current level of fitness, check out the Mountain Tough digital training program. You can try it for free for 14 days, and you can see the results for yourself. The app allows users to train wherever they are with minimal equipment requirements, whether you're in the gym or you're outdoors or you're at home. Users can access top-tier programming that fits into their lifestyle. The Mountain Tough app offers expertly designed progressive training plans that guide users from start to finish. These plans are tailored to build resilience, strength, and endurance over time, preventing burnout and injury. The app features self-guided and follow-along coaching videos, allowing users to be coached through every workout step by step. This helps to ensure proper form, motivation, and intensity, regardless of the user's fitness level. The Mountain Tough app delivers training programs built for the unique physical demands of mountain athletes, including hunters, tactical professionals, and outdoor adventurers. The programs themselves are designed by seasoned strength and conditioning experts, elite athletes, and military veterans. Start your 14-day free trial today and check out the results for yourself. And be sure to use the offer code CHANGEAGENTS, and I'm looking at it as one word, at signup, and you can get 40% off your annual subscription. Remember, use the offer code CHANGEAGENTS at checkout.